What's up, bots room? There's no way I can make this up. This is Jules MT coming to you live from Demo 88, and we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna get into some trades, see how you do it, and I'm gonna trade some blues. So, the first thing I see is the EG and the GU. I mean, they got some blues going on, and I see that the GU 4 hour right here, the GU 4 hour is pointing up. Okay. And then I go all the way down. So this is basically at the top of the band. It's saying it's going up. Okay, this was okay. It can go up here. Maybe I got blues right here telling me it's going to the upside. I got these 30-minute blues. Okay, and then 15 and 5 and 1. So you see the trade is going to the downside with the blues, current blues right now. So the fact that these are going down to the downside is going down. Boom. Okay, so the great thing about this is that if I was to see something like, I know this is a white and this is a yellow, and there's nothing on the 1 and 4, nothing on the golden ticket, but I'm going with the longest terms of blue. I know that when this goes down with this yellow arrow, I'm going to take this up on the GU to the upside. And I do an open TP and I manually get out. I take another trade right there at the bottom of the bands because I got a 5-minute yellow. It has went against me 2 pips. And I just take it and I see the momentum against me. It's not even 10 o'clock. And it's 9 o'clock, I mean. Yeah, it's not even 9 o'clock. But I take another trade. And get money. To be honest, I completely forgot that I was recording, but I'm so glad that I am because I want to tell you that the key to behind blues is simply take a blue with a pink arrow. Take a blue in the direction of a pink arrow. It is as simple as that, y'all. And then you just open TP and just take as many pips as you want. And so pretty much what that means is that um, when you see the pinks on the hot charts like this and you see the signal, that was your opportunity to get in. I jumped the gun, to be honest. I jumped the gun twice on the GU to the upside. But I took it because I had my strong story of my blues going to the upside. I had my flip ups, and I didn't really have any other long term signals telling me down besides the blues. So I didn't really have to use the golden ticket per se. But if I was using the golden ticket MT on like per se of the blues, um, there's no 1 and 4, so I'd be like, all right, cool. Look for trend and bounces. Then I would have to go look at the trend and look at see the current trend is up, but it's down here. It's up, up, up. So so it's really up. The trend is really up on the long terms, and every single time it's the long terms. It's really up, and then so since it's up, I'm looking at bounces off the bottom of the BP bands, and basically it was a number 2. It was a trending trade to the upside. That's basically what it was. Because I was so close to the bottom of the bands. And yeah. Um, if you got into this trade with momentum, it's perfect. But with the pink arrow, you're going to be great. And anyway, so that's pretty much it. So if you are trading the golden ticket, you actually won as well. So for me, for Jasperin, it will be for him saying like, yeah, I just won this trade. I knew how to take it to the upside. I know that's a fucking bounce off the trend. I know which way the trend is going. And for me, it's like, oh, I just looked in the direction of the blues and I felt more confident that it was going to the upside. and it's really similar. And I've been looking at it this way for years. And even whenever you add momentum or anything Jasmine says, it works into exactly what I'm doing. So then this goes down, and then one thing I want to say is that when you look at the 15 and 30-minute blues, it's really important. 15, this one or this one. 15 or 30-minute blues, okay? 15 or 30. So when you see these blues and they say go down, when you see these blues and it says go down, you follow the you follow the direction of where it's going. This is why. Look, it's hit all these bands. It says go down. This trend right now bounced up here, boom, going down. It's crossing. Look at this. From here to here, it's going down. And also from up here to here, it's going to the downside. It's coming off the top of the band and it's going down and it's at the orange line. So the fact that he's at his orange line should tell you, like, okay, UCAD, you're at the top of the bands, and you're telling me that you're at the top of the bands, you're at an orange line, so, and it went all through this and stuff like that. Okay, basically, you just take it to the downside off the pink arrows. I mean, you're at the top of the bands. Like, that's pretty much it. And that's really how you do it. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to explain the GC because it's perfect. And the trend is down, but you got some blues pointing up. So you're getting flip downs. And basically, you could look for it to go up. My trade on the GU, I took it at 52 and 50. I was getting 10 plus pips in the section of right here if I want to cash out. The thing is, whenever you trade in the direction of the blues, most of the times, all the times they're going more than 5 pips. So as you've seen, there's more than 10 pips in here. So when you're taking your trades off the orange lines, BB bands, or even the yellow arrows, right, off momentum, these right here on the high charts, these are your entries to the upside. Whenever you're looking at this, looking at the new candle, and you see your yellow arrow, it's going to the upside. When you see this bouncing from the bottom of the bands and you see the trend, you read it all and you follow the blues, you're going with the trend. And so when you're able to keep these moves, like keep your move in and then just keep adding on, because these 10 pips was great and you probably didn't even have a reaction time to even get it out before then, and you would have missed on these pips right here. So that could have been like the difference between 5 and 10, right? Just those pips in that area. So once you start getting down here, you're just looking for another entry to the upside. So it's better if you open TP and then keep taking re-entries to the upside, so you get more pips, more value for your pips, so you can trade more. You're trading your money and you're also trading like the market's money as well. So that was perfect with correlation and the GC going to the upside. Boom. And then you know the UC is going to go to the downside with the pink arrows. And I can't make this up, but I did trade this day, and I know that for a fact that whenever I seen that yellow on the GU, I was kind of weary, and then I just pretty much took out my trade. Um, I think I had like 2 or 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, right, on this one pair, and then I end up leaving. But like sometimes I leave because I could be stuck into a trade, and I don't want to get stuck into trades that I don't want to be in. You know what I mean? So uh, what I do is that even if I go with the blues, and if you can get a perfect entry at the bottom of the blues, like whenever this band gets flat, and you're in this trade and you're getting the blues whenever you're like, and it just goes with you. Even if like you just, let's just say every single time a blue pops up, you do a stop loss of, what should I say? A stop loss of 15, so you can be for sure, or should I say a stop loss of 10? Like, what would be sufficient enough to for a person to be like, if I have a stop loss of this compared to this, I should win every single time. If I lose one of these trades, yeah, you got to go for a 2-to-1. So you want to build a winning account. But I do feel like if you go for the blues and you just take one trade and you just take it at a 10 to 15 stop loss and you open TPM and you take more than 5 pips, like you just open take profit, the blues, and you just try to hold them until you reach the purple band. As much as you can, take this blue to the top of the purple bands as much as you can. There's signs to let you know that whenever you take blues and you're seeing the charts make a line, like when you see the charts go in the same direction, right? When you see the charts go in the same direction, and these are both like pointing to the downside and they're correlated with each other, you can see it that every single time that it hits every single time it's a green candle, 1, 2, 3. I mean, even right here was like opportunity 4, 5. So you can take it from the top of the bands, and what it does is, if you're scalping, which is beautiful because of scalpers and their self, because OpenTP is for taking the blue at the perfect entry, like taking the blue with the pinks at OpenTP. You can't just sit there and say this arrow was with the blues. You can't. There's no blues pointing to the downside that you can OpenTP that to justify that this arrow was working. You know why? Because when this blue happened, that pink happened. No, there's an 8 hour, there's a 4 hour, there's a 1 hour. There's no way you can say that this 8 hour was like telling you to go downside. So basically, you just take the pinks to the upside, or you just take the pinks with the blues. And it's funny because I was gonna make the yellows the main topic, and I felt like I was making that video up, and it was an hour and 20 minutes long, and I was like, oh no. So basically, basically I'm making a new video, and this new video is gonna be great, and it's going great, and I can't make this up. So pretty much what I do at this point, since I took out my GU to the upside, and I'm in a UC to the downside, I realized that I have two big mistakes. Okay, two big mistakes. The first one is that the fact that I took the GU and I got out, and I didn't get into the downside because I knew it was at the top of the band. So that was mistake number one. And then the mistake number two was worrying about that the GU was going to the downside. So I didn't worry about the GU at all to the downside. So that was mistake number one. So I'm on the UC to the downside, and guess what, y'all? I got in at the perfect entry at the top of the bands, and I noticed the pink arrow was there. And since I noticed the pink arrows are there, and I'm following in the direction of the blues because there's blues on here. They're in the same candle. Boom, boom, pink arrow. So I'm taking the trade, and that's what I want to say. That's what I want to get into, and I'm so confident in this strategy. The fact that I had days, weeks to prepare to make this video, and I'm making the video right now live, and it's going great. There's no better thrill than making this video live, so there's nothing fake. There's no better thrill. And the blues are fantastic. Jules's blues are fantastic. MT's blues are fantastic. But really, Julian's blues are fantastic. Julian's blues. Julian's. You see the blues? I can't tell you they get into a blue as soon as it closed because this happens. It goes down. So the main objective is when you're taking the blues, even against the trend, Anissa, what she mentioned, even against the trend. The main idea to take the blues against the trend, when you take these against the trend, the main thing is to be like, okay, make sure when you're going against these, like the trend, you have a green arrow. And then always use the second move. And then with the second move, have yellows. Yellows. So you get a green, which doesn't mean go. Green means second move, but like, hey, you're ready, you're ready to go. Yellow is like, hey, caution and like slow down, boom. It's about to slow down and it's ready. Whenever you see them on this chart, they're ready to go. And that's basically how you do it. So when you're against the trend, you just gotta be careful, because when you see this green arrow, you may think like, oh, 1 hour, all this stuff, boom, you got in right here. Oh no, it went against you. Oh no, and then you get in right here. Oh no, it went against you. So basically, you gotta slow down on against the trend blues, and you gotta wait for the bands to get flat. You gotta wait for nice golden ticket setups. You gotta wait for the 5-minute chart. If you want to be completely honest about it, these charts right here, the 5-minute charts, they need to be the entry of where you're basing off your bias on it, in sense of like, this is going down. How many times did they hit the bottom of the high chart up here and you try to go up? So the basis of it is, once you see it trending to the upside, boom, you need to be like, just, you'll see it here at 69. Just like, you can put a buy stop or do anything to let you know that, hey, whenever it gets close to this area, and just move it up. You see it. You see the price flipping up, flipping up, flipping up. Boom. And once you get to the bottom of the band, you're going to be there. You're going to know it's at the bottom of the band, just exactly like how this trade was at the bottom of the bands to the upside. And the other mistake was on number 2, which I was going to say, is that thinking that this was done. That was my mistake number 2, because I realized that I didn't even take the GU, and thankfully I'm taking the UC to the downside. And also, my mistake number 2 was just like, I still worrying about it. So anyways, let's go forward, because yeah, so it goes down and up, but as you see how complicated it is, you can scalp these pips and you can get a lot of money right here. But I didn't touch any of that because it's still going to the upside. It's going up. It's going up. You get a 1 hour signal and it starts flying. So these are trending blues to the upside, and they are working fantastic with the Julian blue setup. This is the classic Julian blue trade. And as soon as you see a blue with a super arrow, I'm licking my chops, ready to get into a trade to the upside. And I'm not playing about it. I think the max plan should be really just taking a blue, like not the blues, not like the blues here, that I took here, that how you take. That is a classic Julian's trade. Yeah, that's exactly how you trade. and that's exactly what I look for. And it's been rough trying to explain. Like, I always keep it to myself but I put out videos because some people like ask me about it of how I see things, and I don't want to get shut off or turned down the way I think. And I know for a fact if I'm thinking a certain way how to win, I know it got to be true. I come in the trading room and I have amazing days. But if I don't study or do any of that, it might be a really slow day. But as soon as I start studying and I'm with it, and then yeah, I mean, some days I missed, and like some time periods or a little conversation or during night tradings, I miss a lot of moves in the sense of what's going on. I'm so smart that I knew this was going down because this is the current trend. I said it. You know, this is actually Jasper said it's bouncing off the daily orange road. It can bounce up. So he was like, or something. I was like, yeah, it's funny because Jasper I'm actually taking this to the upside, and then once it got up here, I'm taking it to the downside because the trend is to the downside. I'm confirming to you that the current trend is down. It flipped down, and since I took it up here, this was awesome. Now, please, 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 in order to make this a real video, I have to tell you that I took my trade at the perfect entry, y'all, on the USD CAD to the downside. I took a perfect entry, and I only took a couple pips, and I was gone. And I was, at the end of the day, I was like, I need to study more. And because I need to study more is because whenever I took this trade to the downside, you can see on the charts that it won, but went up. And it went all the way up past the price I got in at. Because I got in like right here. And it went past the price I got in at. And the fact that it went past my price, and I gotta have my nerve of whatever I'm trading to go ahead and just whatever my stop loss is because that's what I studied. Now these trades don't really go against me too much. I mean 10 pips is a lot, you know, but if you're actually trading, like I'd be doing like 3 to 5 stop loss whenever I'm trading, because if I'm not in the right move, then I'll try to get out. But sometimes I do take my stop loss and I'll just leave it at whatever it is, or 5 or 8 or whatever it may be, and I'll just get out manually. And I feel like sometimes though, um, that when you take trades in the sense of like you take multiple trades and you hold on and you get attached to a trade and you don't take your pips, or it goes against you, or you know for a fact it's gonna go up and you got lucky that it went up, um it's not worth it, to be honest. It is not worth it to continuously keep trading and like make more money. I mean, there's times where MTs are helping others, talking. We have tons of conversations, y'all. So after we take a couple moves, you can see in the chat row how many conversations we have. Like, we're just conversating because we just got a lot of money, you know? Like, of course we're happy. And we all make moves. We're all helping. And that's, like we're really doing a really good job. And whenever you see blues, yeah, I said it. Blues. Whenever you see the blues, you need to spark your attention up, okay? Because first of all, blues are really perfect. I mean, they they require a little bit of work. They require a little bit of studying. They require a little bit of getting used to getting in a little bit slower or getting into a second entry. And they reward you pretty big. And I want to say that, like, even following the blues, this is so lovely because I know, look, I did the study. They're all going down. It was all going down up here. I was studying, and I know the trend is down. Now, for a fact, if I took it at 45 or wherever this, wait, hold on. Whoa. Hurting y'all's eyes. I'm sorry about that. If I took this at 45 and it's at 18 and I open TP that one day. So, I'm just gonna go ahead and type in max plan or max, oh, wait, daily compound. Let's just go to daily compound. Daily compound interest calculator. Boom. I don't need an interest calculator. Daily compound. Look, so this is, I don't know about Bitcoin, y'all, but whatever. So let's do this. You start with $100, whatever, boom. Daily interest rate and percentage. Now, the max plan account MT, doubling your account is amazing. Okay, whatever, but doing this strategy, okay, doing this strategy of where it went from 45 to 17, let's just, that's a crazy amount of pips and it's not done. You got a super arrow. A super arrow. And, so that's 30 pips. Okay, so 30 pips on one move on a max plan account. Because I did my research. I know how to trade. I look for the blue. I just go in the direction of the blues. I trade the golden ticket. I understand what's going on. I read the trend. I understand that there's a blue on the 30-minute just following to the downside. I understand that. And so what do? I make good moves. So at 30 pips, okay, 30 pips at, if you're doing $100 in your account, let's be real. Like, you want to do like $2, okay, a pip. If you can do $4 a pip, okay, and it goes 10 pips against you, you're doing your max plan account that one day. But let's just do it. Let's just do $4 a pip, and let's just use your take profit as $100. Okay, so that's your stop loss. Whatever it is, you take this one trade for $4 a pip, and you do your whole account. So your stop loss is about 25 pips. Okay, before maybe like 20 pips before it will take it out. So you got to get this right, and you get 20 pips, and you do $4 a pip. Now you did 30 pips, and now that is $120 off one move. So you made 120% off that one day. And let's say you reinvest all that. Calculate now. Oh my god. Wow. Hold on. Okay. Wow. I had to take a real break because that's a lot of money. And so include weekends, no. Okay. I don't even care if it's at 50%. That doesn't even, that's crazy amount of money. So so basically what you do with the Julian's Blues is that first day, y'all, you take your wins. You take your wins. The next day, you take your wins. You take your wins. The next day, you take your wins. You take your wins. So for 5 days, you're you're winning. And with 20 pips, y'all, like even at 20 pips, it's not necessarily 100%, but even at 80%, and you're taking your wins every 5 days, is at 50%. Look at this. You start gaining back money, even with $100 a pip. And then by your second week, you're doing $2,000. Man, and at $2,000 a pip, I mean, making that much money in a day is great. Making that much money in a day does not tell you like, hey, this is my professional living. Yes, it does for me. And selling cars to make this much in a day is outstanding because I mean I've done this before, and I've done this before actually in a day, and or maybe like this much in a day, and but like trading wise, in the third week, I mean I will have 15 grand, and then another 15 grand to play with. Like by the end of those 30 days, I mean I'm a millionaire. Yeah. So that's a max plan account. And basically you take 50% because why not take some money? Because it doesn't make sense not to take money out or whatever it may be. But the only thing is that you have to make it through day one and just trade day two because you can't take out. Basically you're gonna start like 3 days later because you can't take less than $100 out. So as soon as you withdraw that $100 and you got $200 in your account, then you're restarting. You're playing with the market's money, and then that way it's unlimited, right? So take out your initial investment after you make that $100 and put that back in your pocket, pay for the room or whatever, and then boom. And that's pretty much how you do it. And then once you do that, that'll be perfect. So at this point, we realize that I'm a complete genius, and I understand the blues are fantastic, and basically you just want to wait for a pink arrow, and those are great. Those are definitely great. Yellow arrows are the same thing. Like you can look for yellow arrows to be like, oh, okay, this is gonna turn around if they're in the direction of the blues, but you just got to be at the bands, to take the yellows how they were. You just at the bands, you take them on the high charts. And so, following the lesson, the end of the video, we know that the blues have gone up on the 4 hour to the upside. Get a 1 hour, 4 hour signal. The blues have gone up on the GU, following the blues, going with the trend. Everything is going to the upside. Perfect. And then you see your euro pound has the 4 hour, the 1 hour blues, the 8 hour, and the daily pointing to the downside. Now, the fact that this daily is pointing to the downside, okay, the trend is fucking down. And sorry, and it is down though. Like I'm telling you, it's down. And all these signals say go up, but the blues are at an orange line. The band is flat, And the reason why that whenever I say something, I want to have conviction of whatever is winning. So I actually take this to the downside because of the yellow and the band got flat, and it's at the top of the bands. And I mean that's it. And this also was not described at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is at the top of the bands, okay? It's at the top of the bands. It's pointing to the downside. The band's flat. You're at the all up in the bands. You know, okay, boom. The 1 and 4 hour tell you go up, but it's all up in the bands. You can't go up anymore. You know, the trend is down. Look at the blues on the long term. It does say go down. The trend is down. What did these blues do? They won against the trend. Yes, awesome. But they took you to where? The top of the bands. So blue to the purple band. Blue to the purple band. Right? And then once it's at the blue to the purple band, once it's at the top of the bands, you just take it the other way. And that's basically it. It's blue to the BB band. Blues to the BB band. And yeah, so this is a number two. It's kind of hard to see. Now, I just want to explain your golden ticket again and compared to what I see. So the golden ticket says trade 1 hour or 4 hour direction. So there's no 1 hour, but there's a 4 hour telling you go up. So this is why at first looking at the golden ticket to me, sometimes in some situations was really wrong because it tells me to go up. And so right now, no matter what, I'm looking at it as like I'm going up because it's going up. You know, it's bouncing off the orange road. And it says go up and up, nope. And you can't be that type of minded person. And so with the blues, I can feel like, all right, it's at the top of the bands. It's at the top of the bands. It's going up. I have 1 4 hour signals and 8 hour, but I got this daily signal pointing to the downside, and the trend is down. So I'm gonna go with the trend, the daily, and hey, it's a number two. So I mean, it's too high. It's bouncing on the trend. I'm not looking for any number threes, MT. I'm not at all. And unless they're blue, so I don't understand why I don't have an actual um, like saying on here. I don't understand. And but I'm pretty sure there's gonna be one soon, right? Anyways, so as it goes down, this is look, it has a wick to the downside. The signal still is down to the downside. Boom, so it goes down. That's basically it. And after that, there's no need to trade anymore because I've won another 20, 30. Look, from 30 to 02, that's almost another 30 pips. So that 20 pips is all I need. And I got my 20 pips off one move. I'm good with that. 20 take profit with a 10 stop loss beats the odds every single day or a max plan account. So yeah, I mean, just do it, just try it. And God forbid if you make a max plan account and then the first 10 pips goes against you, you make another max plan account and it goes against you. God forbid that. And then you might think it's a scam. But I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna do one trade a day. I'm gonna look for the blues the exact way I told y'all. Just looking for the signals and I'm gonna be looking for the trades that are giving me 20 pips or more. If the trade doesn't look like it's gonna give you 20 pips, do not take it because it's not our move. But that is what it is. 20 pips on a max plan account, and the main idea is to get a blue arrow and take it from that. See right here, you can't take it. Why did I take it at 48 though? Did I feel like it was gonna go 20 pips? Yeah, it went 20 pips. So even my trade from the very beginning of the room went 20 pips. Why? Because I was going with in the direction of the blues and I waited for it to get to the bottom of the bands. It's at 50.52 and it goes to 69. So yeah, we're good, y'all. And that's it. Jules MT. is out.